Hey there. Hey, everyone. Hi. I am back here live. It's been a minute. It's been a long time since I've done a live. Let me tell you why. Well, it's been busy. I hope everybody had a good 2022. I typically do my lives. I've done them on Instagram, and I'm trying to do more on YouTube. I, I use And look, I'm learning. I'm also learning too how to do this on YouTube. The real reason why I wanted to get back on doing my lives and doing them on YouTube is because as an agency owner, a lot of the things that I do as an agency owner is definitely education, and I'm teaching my clients about marketing and education tools. Typically, do really well on YouTube. If everybody knows, YouTube University is a great place to learn, and it's a great place to learn a lot of things about marketing and understanding what you should do with your marketing for your small business. So I'm putting emphasis there, but I also know that you need to be across the platforms where your customers are. So I do have a lot of followers on, I wouldn't say a lot, a number in terms of from an agency perspective, on Instagram as well as Facebook and some of the other ones. I am also thinking about doing a few things on TikTok. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see about that. But I just wanted to come back here, and I figured I would start back doing lives, at least with a series. So my favorite things series. I haven't released the 2023 version of this. If you look back at some of my videos, I know you can find a lot more on Instagram. You will see that I have done some favorite things videos of what has worked well for me in my business, and what I always like to share with small businesses to kind of help them. So these are some tools that I have, and what I'm going to do over a series of several lives is to introduce you to each one of them. Now, I'll make sure I put in the comments. If you just want to go ahead and get the whole list, then feel free to click the link, and you can have all the tools I'm going to go over. But I'm just going to go over it. Just take about 5 minutes every Thursday. I'm going to do it live at 3 o'clock over this next month, and talk about each of the tools. So as you can see here, what I have up on the screen is the first tool. It is, well, let's look at the first tool. So this week, what are we going to talk about? And I know it's a little small on the screen. Hopefully you can see it bigger, but I want to talk about one of my favorite business softwares right now that everybody's talking about, which is Chat GPT. Now, I know you may have heard some things about it, especially if you have been looking at it on YouTube, but I want to just talk this about to people who are non-technical, small business owners who or who wonder about this, who are just not comfortable or know anything about it. And why do I have it listed as my favorite business tool? Especially as a marketer, there has been a lot of crazy headlines that frustrate me sometimes in terms of what is Chat GPT for marketers. There are some folks out there talking about, oh my gosh, marketers are going to lose their jobs. Other ones are talking about like, yes, you know what, this is easy street. And basically, I just want to give you sort of the real from my perspective and what I have done and worked with my clients on, especially with this particular software. Why it's my favorite? Because there are definitely some benefits to using Chat GPT. I am going to go into detail about it. If anybody who's interested, I'm going to do a 1-hour free deep dive where I'm just going to showcase the tool. I'm going to answer any questions that you may have if you come into the webinar. I probably will do that sometime towards the end of next week. And then I will just share some things as a small business owner, whether you're selling a product-based business or a service-based business, what is really some of the good things that you could do for Chat GPT. But what I can tell you right now, especially coming on this live, and this is supposed to be sort of like a 5-minute live, although I'm gonna talk a little bit longer because it's the first one I'm doing really of the year, is that Chat GPT. There's a couple of things that will help you with if you want to get started. Look at other YouTube videos. Google Chat GPT, obviously, and then all of a sudden you're going to start getting recommended a lot of videos. There's a lot of stuff out there that talks about like how to make money from it and all that great stuff. What I want to say is don't get distracted. As a small business owner, This is a great tool, but don't get distracted. It is another shiny penny, but it is a pivotal one. It is definitely one that is a game changer for many. And it's a lot of wild, wild west out there. And it's an open field. We don't know really what's going to happen with it in the future. But what I can tell you as a small business owner, there's a few things that you can do. Now, it can be a glorified calculator if you want it to be. But I suggest if you use the Chrome browser, get this Chrome extension. This is Chat GPT for Chrome. It's AAI Prim. Get this extension. It's great. What it will help you with, it'll help definitely create better prompts for you when you are using the tool. Now, if you're still, like I said, don't know how to use the tool, what does it mean for me and my business? I'm going to go through a complete webinar for an hour to talk about that. But let me just go ahead and just quickly, I'll just share my screen real quick of what this tool will do for you for your business. So hopefully you can see my screen. I know it's big. You know what? I'm going to switch it over to this view. Yeah, there. So that way you can see it a little bit more. All right. So I'm up here and this is Chat GPT. I'm going to hit new chat. So you can kind of just take a look at it. This is ARPRM prompts. Basically, you have to ask Chat GPT a question. And this gives you a list here of a variety of prompts that you can use because, you don't know how to ask the right question in the right way. So that's why I think it's a great tool. It's a great business tool to Chat GPT. There's Chat GPT, but then this is the Chrome extension that lives on top of it. So it's a filter on top of it. So that way it will give you an idea to create these prompts. You can look at all the different topics that you can create it in, or you can just ask it a question. So that's one of the things that I just wanted to talk a little bit about, because Chat GPT is definitely a game changer. Like I said, it's a glorified calculator in some aspects, but just imagine this, that you can ask it a question of, take a look at this data, give it a Excel spreadsheet or a table, add up, this column plus, do this and divide that. Yes, glorified calculator. You can do some other things. But you can also just ask it some questions. I think for the first off, the homework I would say, if you want to use this tool, is just use it for research. Use it for research, but be warned that you definitely need to fact check some things. So if you are curious about what was the last Pepsi commercial, see what it could do. Now, remember, ChatGPT only has information up till 2021. So anything that's the most recent thing, it doesn't have. So it's a good tool to create some efficiencies, especially if you are if you have a very limited budget and you don't have a lot of people on your marketing team. You can kind of use this to help with some of those things. The biggest areas for small businesses I can see where it can help is, like I said, research, doing some research, answering some questions that you may have, about certain markets, for your business. So I would, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like I mentioned before, I'm doing this on YouTube. I know, from a live standpoint, I only have so many followers, but I want to take this information and definitely disseminate it. It's going to be across all my channels, but I wanted to start this live here today with giving you some of my favorite things. And so I definitely would love to, continue to share. Like I said, this is the first one. And if you come back next Thursday at 3, I will add a new one. And then once the series is over, I'm going to knit it all together and just kind of put it out there. So, but I look forward to just answering any questions you may have. Give me comments, give me questions in the comments, or DM me on any of my socials. Follow me on Instagram at Wise Digital Marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I am happy to kind of help you and give you an idea of what some of these great tools to grow your business. Take care.